You know what? Sometimes when it comes to gambling, it's just better to be lucky than good.
That was awesome.
Over 500 for the first time this season. Let's keep it going. Roll tape. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Uncle Dan's Best Bets here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel presented by Connors and Ferris. Thank you as always for joining me. Before we get into the videos, it's the housekeeping. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and tell all your friends. Really appreciate it. For the people that follow along, means a lot. I've said it before, but guys like Alex Langley, 34 Harvick, Easy Cash last week, Raymond, Daryl Bannon, Steve Bryant, Doug, Ian, all those guys, really appreciate it as always for following along. Also, Uncle Dan's Best Bets, proudly presented by Bob Johnson Auto Group. Said it before. I know somebody commented in the comments from Leroy. I work with Daryl. My wife and I both lease GMC terrains through Bob Johnson. We love it as always. So again, special thanks to them. If you got anything you need to buy, sell, lease, buy a used car, anything like that, go to Bob Johnson. Tell him Uncle Dan sent you. We really appreciate it as always. All right, now let's get into the meat and potatoes. The reason that you are here at this channel right now. Appreciate it as always. How about last week? 5-3. We are now over 500 for the season. 22, 21, and 2 on the year. Bijan Robinson by half a yard. Boy, that was sweet.
And you're driving along, la la la, woo. And then all of a sudden there's a truck tire in the middle of the road. And you hit the brakes. Whoa, that was close.
I had fears of the game going into overtime and him getting tackled for a loss. That would have been fitting. But hey, like I said, sometimes just better to be lucky than good. Bijan, I thought that bet was dead in the water, came back and won. Also, smaller card this week. I'll say it right now, and I'll put my Twitter handle here, or X handle right here. Some plays, especially for the Bills game, I have one. That'll be at the end. But I may have more throughout the week as we figure out more of the injuries and things like that. So stay tuned there. I will post those as they come along if they are heading down to the Meadowlands with Mike. So maybe a late play on Monday, something to add to the card, depending on how we do with our 6-pack, a ice cold, delicious 6-pack of plays. We are above 500. Let's keep it that way. We will get right into the picks. It's a team I've been riding. It's a team I really like. We will stick with them. We will go back to a London game. Didn't work out last week. Aaron Rodgers threw a perfect back shoulder pass to Stephon Gilmore to kill our potential of a cover. We will go back to London. I like the Bears -1.5 against the Jaguars. London favorites have been good. We tried to buck that trend last week. Didn't work out. London favorites 35-10 straight up, 31-15 against the spread. Really like the Bears offense. I think Caleb Williams is coming into his own. Receivers are starting to figure it out. The Bears players called out their offensive play caller a few weeks ago and said he needed to be more aggressive. Since then, the offense has looked a lot better. Even DJ Moore getting involved. I don't like this Jaguars team. I don't think they're a very good team. I think the Colts defense stinks. We tried to bet the under in that game. It didn't work. They got lit up by Joe Flacco. I think Caleb Williams and this offense can pick them apart. On top of it, Trevor Lawrence looked good, but he looks good against Gus Bradley defenses. That's kind of his get right. He has torn them apart in his career. Things I wish I would have known before betting the under last week, but I will fade the Jaguars this week. I think it was just a spot where they got lucky offensively. I don't think they're that good of a team. And then we're going to follow the trend of London favorites. So Bears -1.5 against the Jaguars. I will also take the Texans minus the big number. So underdogs of 6 or more points this year are like 16-2-1 against the spread. Not scared. Nope. Not scared because I think the Patriots stink. I think they really do. The Texans are -6.5. I know there's no Nico Collins, but this Patriots team is really bad. And on top of that, rookie quarterbacks since 2015, rookie quarterbacks facing a line of 6.5 points or more. So big underdog. Rookie quarterbacks making their first start are 17-110 straight up and 49, 75, and 3 against the spread. That's 40%. I know that I think some of the stats and trends are being skewed because of really good rookie quarterbacks this year. Historically, they struggle. They struggle in their first starts. I'm not afraid. I don't think Drake May makes this offensive line any better. I don't think the weapons around them are any better. I like the Texans to get after a weak Patriots offensive line, things like that. The Dolphins aren't any good, and they lost to them. They only scored 10 points. I don't think Drake May really gives this team much more than an emotional boost, but I don't think he makes them any better. I'm not afraid to lay the big number here. Texans -6.5 at New England. I will lay the big number. I'll also lay the big number with the Packers -5 versus the Cardinals. Green Bay's offense is humming. They are top 10 in passing, top 3 in rushing. The Cardinals are a bottom 5 team against the run, and I like betting teams that have just played physical opponents. We did it earlier in the year. Teams that play the 49ers, it's just a grind. It's a physical beatdown. So I really like the fact that you're getting the Cardinals coming off an emotional win to kind of get humbled. They go to San Fran. Now they got to go to Green Bay. I really like the fact that the Packers are really like their defense. Weak secondary for the Cardinals. I will lay the number with Jordan Love and the Packers -5. Fun game alert for you. I love betting overs. Haven't been able to find many. We found one here. And this may be the sucker play, and I know the public's on it, and the public has been getting killed this year. I told you guys about it last year. The public had just an amazing run. I will bet points in the Commanders-Ravens game. They are the top 2 scoring offenses in the league. Commanders are averaging 31. Ravens are averaging 29. The Ravens just picked apart the Bengals. The Commanders don't have a good defense. They may be getting better, but I still don't love them. So I think these are 2 great offenses, 2 bad defenses. Love Jane Daniels, love what they're doing. The Commanders are allowing 23 points per game. The Ravens are allowing 25 points per game. Points. If I lose this bet, that's fine. I don't care. This is a fun game. The sharp money may be on the under, but I just think that this game there's no way that both of these teams don't score in the 20s. So I think this game could be 30-28, something like that. I like the over, despite what I've told you before about totals in the 50s. Not afraid here. I will want points. Life's too short to bet the under in this game. Commanders, Ravens, over 51. I also like the Broncos +3 home dog against the Chargers. Now, the Chargers are coming off of a bye. So I went back to look at what Harbaugh's record was as a head coach in the NFL. He was 3-4 against the spread, 3-3 and he was 3-4 straight up, 3-3-1 against the spread. It's not like Harbaugh, you always talk about great coaches, extra time to prepare. Not concerned there with Harbaugh. I don't like the Chargers team. I know they may have gotten a little bit healthier. Love the Broncos secondary. I think Bo Nix is playing really well. I love the intensity they showed in the sidelines with Sean Payton. Sean Payton also is really good in his career playing a coach that has more rest than he does. I think I saw it was 15-10 straight up, where normally you think the coach has a disadvantage going up against coach that has more time. That hasn't been the case for Sean Payton. I like the Broncos. I think Patrick Surtain can shut down anybody. And so I think Herbert will have a tough time. Anything like that, Chargers offense, not buying it. Broncos, small home dog. I will take the horses in that one. Finally, wrapping up the 6-pack. Again, shorter card. A lot of lines I'm not really crazy about. A lot of home underdogs. And we know how underdogs have been doing this year. So I had a couple of other plays. I was tempted to do the Commanders +6.5. Didn't do it. But we'll see. Bills at Jets. I like the under. 2 teams trying to find themselves offensively. I think the Bills will get Taron Johnson back as I record this on Thursday morning. I don't think the play calling or the change of head coach or play caller will give this really any boost to the Jets offense. I don't think Todd Downing is all of a sudden going to slam his hand on the table and go, Aaron, this is what we're doing. I think it's an Aaron Rodgers offense. I think he's been the pseudo offensive coordinator and play caller this whole time. And I don't think firing Robert Saleh makes the Jets O-line any better. I'm hoping that the Bills can figure something out offensively, but they have a bunch of injuries. So I will stay away from betting a total or a side in this game, at least for right now. Again, that may change on social media, so follow me on X. But I like the under 41. Josh has called MetLife Stadium a house of horrors for him. Historically, these two teams play low scoring, close games. That's what I will take. I like the under. It's also, we know how primetime unders have done over the last decade. So, smaller card, just a 6-pack. Let's stay above 500. Let's have another winning week. Bears -1.5, Texans -6.5, Packers -5, Commanders, Ravens over 51, Broncos +3, Bills and Jets under 41. Follow me as well on social media on X to see if any late plays get added. But as for now, that will be the card. We are above 500. We got lucky with a Bijan Robinson Thursday night total last week. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Bob Johnson for sponsoring Uncle Dan's Best Bets. Go get a car, lease, trade in, something with Bob Johnson. Tell him Uncle Dan sent you. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Mike and I heading down to the Meadowlands for that game. We'll have tons more coverage as always. Shorter video, smaller card. We're just going to feel it out. Just keep it simple. Again, appreciate it as always, everybody that follows along. Tell your friends. Drop a comment in with what your favorite pick is of the week. Really appreciate it as always. Like, comment, subscribe to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Best of luck to your bets this weekend. We'll catch you here next time on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel.